Hi everyone, this video is going to cover nodes in Lost City, why they're important. So if you go to the map, they're basically the Lost City version of monsters. It's the first thing that pops up when you open your search function. And they range from level 1 to level 70. And just like monsters, you can't challenge higher than you've defeated. So the highest level I've defeated is a level 49. So I can challenge a 50, but no higher than that. One of the nice things about the nodes is that as far as I can tell, the suggested might is actually the might that you need. With the monsters on the kingdom maps, I've often beaten a monster that I don't have the suggested might for, and occasionally I've lost when attacking a monster when I have more than the suggested might. But the nodes seem to be fairly straightforward. If this number is greater than that number, you're going to win. Now, a fun fact about the magic nodes is that only the heroes you're using and the airship itself counts. So, if I attack a Hell Fortress, between my airship and all my other boosts and everything, I can use 640,600 troops. But the magic node, I'm limited to what my airship carries, which in this case is 280,000. This castle is fairly lucky. I'll cover more about airships in another video, and hopefully remember to put a link in the corner. But this castle has a Pegasus airship, which is the highest level of cavalry airship, promoted to 2 stars. Which gives me a much larger troop size than the others do. Some of my other castles were not so fortunate. And again, I'll cover that more in the airship video. An important thing to note about the nodes is that the reason why we want to attack them is for the Lost Project books. The Lost Project books are used to upgrade Lost City tech. Lost City tech can improve how quickly your Magicite regenerates, how quickly your revival crystals regenerate, how much you get per minute, the cap. It can increase your damage for various troops, increase your Magicite cap, and so on. And then even down here, there are some improvements to building, research, and training, which I'm not entirely sure why those aren't priorities in Lost City. But whatever. They wanted to stick them in there, so they did. So getting the project books is how you improve those, and why in another video I pointed out my revival crystals on this last day is 30,000 per minute. It's not the highest because I don't have my Lost City tech completely maxed out, but it's up there. Much better than some of my other castles. But the thing is, these Lost Project books are only available for your first victory. So if I were to attack a level 49 that I've already defeated, I would not get any more project books. I would just get these rewards, which aren't necessarily bad rewards, but I'd rather get them from Hell Fortresses. Or, I'm sorry, as they're called in Lost City, Berserk Hell Fortresses. Much fancier. That's all I can really think to say about them. Oh, okay. Another thing is, in general, on the city map, when attacking monsters, you want to focus on what your strongest troop is. For example, most of my boosts are in cavalry. Let me go to my Lord screen. Boost info. Troop boosts. And you can see my cavalry is all up above 2,000, whereas my others aren't quite that high. They're not as different as some castles because while I focus on cavalry, I don't specialize in it. There are some people who won't even use gear for a troop type that they aren't specializing in, which is not a tactic I agree with, and maybe I'll cover that in a different video sometime if I haven't already. But the thing is, Lost City nodes, since everything depends pretty much on the airship, if your best airship doesn't match your best troop type, go with what your best airship is. I don't really want to take the time to show y'all. Well, actually, I can't. If you look through my playlist, you'll see I did a couple videos about attacking a level 7 city, even though I knew I couldn't win. And so when I went to the shrines to heal my troops, I focused on what their primary troop types were, forgetting that in some of my castles, their best airship was not the same. So I can't really show you, but I can tell you that on some of my castles, I can show you the airships at least. Let me go ahead and do that. This is Desi. Her preferred troop type is infantry. You can see she's definitely not as strong as Tara. She's not nearly as old or anything. And she's one of my smaller castles. I have way too many castles. So her preferred is infantry, but her best airship was cavalry. So prior to me dumping all my troops on that level 7 city, I had her cavalry airship upgraded the most, and that was the one she was using on Lost City nodes. So that is something, and it's very easy to see. You just go to the node. Let's see, I can do up to level 39. And then hopefully you're using saved troop sets. Again, as I said, since I'm out of my cavalry, I can't really show you this very well. But she's primarily infantry. Her infantry airship only holds 97,000. And so you can see it's a quarter, maybe a little more than a quarter of what she needs for this. And yet she's defeated the prior level because she had the cavalry troops to fill out that best cavalry airship. And again, I'll probably cover this again in my airships video. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it. The nodes are very important because they allow you to enhance the Lost City tech. And in order to defeat the nodes, you need to use the best airship you have, even if it's not your standard troop type. And just keep plowing through them. Actually, you know what? Side note, or note, I can't guarantee that's if you are someone who purely specializes, who only ever enhances a one troop type. Like some people specialize in cavalry, and so when you look at their gems only, or their gear, only the cavalry will be upgraded and promoted and such, and same thing for the other things. If you're someone who specializes to that degree, I do not know for certain whether or not the airship matters. If somebody knows, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. But that's all I can think of to say about the magic nodes. So have fun and good luck.